What is going on? How's my guys doing? Welcome to another edition of, you guessed it, American Sports Network. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, go ahead on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell up top. Please like and share. Please like and share. With that being said, we have a lot to cover today. We are going to be talking about uh, Tom Brady, the man, the myth, the legend, his achievement of 600 touchdown passes. And you guessed it, a lot of people are not, he still got haters, and that comes with the territory. I mean, some people, are going to be haters. I mean, it is what it is. But, it makes me feel good that Tom is still uh, going against the grain and still trying to get people to uh, understand that he's not going anywhere, and that's what it's all about. We also going to be discussing what's going on with the rankings on college football. Uh, what has came out, what everybody can pretty much look at going here on going forth. We also going to be discussing some of the ranking going on with what I was going to say, some of the ranking that's going with the NFL, not with the NFL, but with the with the NFL, and then we're gonna touch a little bit about the NBA, and then go from there. So I'm not gonna hold you guys too much longer. We're gonna jump into this, and we are going to head into the waters of what's really going on. So let's go ahead on and talk about this great thing that Tom Brady did with 600 uh, passes and go from there. So let's see here. All right, y'all, give me 1 second here and let me go into game to the NFL, hit up the news. All right, trying to get to the news story here. All right, so I can't show any video footage because the last time I did it once again yesterday, and I got deemed. I don't know what that is about. So I am going to just break the game down to you in these stories without the footage, unfortunately, because even muting the sound, they still getting your boy. So it is what it is. I'm not even tripping. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the first story in the NFL before we get into the college route. Now, Brady tops 600 career touchdown passes, and the Buccaneers uh, rout the Bears 38-3. That's right, 38-3. Now, Tom Brady said that he's not one for collecting a lot of Mentos, documenting his many accomplishments, but doing an unsuppressed 22-year career, becoming the first player to throw 600 career touchdown passes is special. Now, this is what I got upset about when we talked about Brady getting the 600 passes. We got a lot of commentators like Shannon Sharp trying to play like this was not a 10 of absolute perfectional level of excellence and great uh, skill of being a quarterback. He tried to say to the concept of he give it an 8, and I disagree. I give it a 10 because Tom Brady is doing something that nobody has ever done. Okay, in the league right now. He's 44 years of age, and he's playing at a level with someone who has been playing football at quarterback in their early 30s or late 20s. It's like the guy has basically became immortal in basket in the sports world, and he is continuously to perform at a high level. If you didn't see yesterday, he didn't even skip a beat. This guy just and he didn't even have all his all-star receivers either, or his tight end, which is his best friend Gronk, who's also out with an injury. He had none of those guys, and he was still able to take your average guys and make them into old machines. That's the thing about Tom Brady. Tom Brady can take people that are actually very basic in wide receiving, anything with tight end, and make them look like superstars. That is the work of a quarterback who knows the game. And a lot of people don't acknowledge Brady for that type of talent. So after Mike Evans bolted to the stands and handed the ball to a fan after scoring the historic touchdown, the star receiver returned to the sideline to learn he needed to negotiate a speedy return. It's really cool. I got it in the bag over there. Mike gave it away and said, "Man, I'm sorry." I said, "That's all right. I'm sure they'll figure out a way to get it back." Brady said after defending Super Bowl champion routed the Chicago Bears 38-3. Yep, it was bad. I don't actually keep too many things in circumstance. I felt like that might be a good one to keep. He's going to get something nice in return. Brady added to the fan. You give him a helmet, a couple of jerseys, or something. That was really cool of him to do that. The Bucks 6-1 won their fourth straight game for the best 7-game start in franchise history. They also avenged one of their 5 2020 regular season losses, with Brady completing 20 of 36 passes for 211 yards and 4 touchdowns. Oh, I knew he was going to avenge it. I wasn't worried. The Bucks are 6-1, won their fourth straight game for the best 7-game start in franchise history. They're also yeah. I excuse me. Let me skip over. I just think about all the guys that shared it with me. The 44-year-old 7-time NFL champion said, 7 rings. Keep that in mind. That's the reality. There's anything about this sport that you do yourself. It's the ultimate team sport. It challenges you physically, mentally, emotionally, every week, every day at practice. I'm just grateful to have amazing teammates, coaches. To be able to do this for as long as I have is really incredible. Blessing in my life. The Tampa Bay defense did his job too, limiting the offensively challenged Bears to Carlos Santos' second quarter uh, field goal and second rookie Justin Fields 4 times, forcing 2 fumbles. D. Delaney had one of the Bucs' 3 interceptions, a first quarter pick that led to Brady's 599th career touchdown pass. I feel bad for Justin Fields, man. A rookie, and he just got lit up. Times like this, times when you get beat, blown out, you got 2 choices, said Fields. The Bills are the only team averaging more yards per game rushing than passing this season. You can either say, that's it, I'm going to stop working, or I'm going to stop playing, or you can go to the other route and say, I'm going to keep working. I know me, myself, no matter how many picks I throw, no matter how many L's we take, I'm going to keep going. That's just a fact. And that's a good attitude to have, but you're still going to get to go. Now, with Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski sidelined by injuries, Evan had a big day let it play. And 3 touchdowns, including a 9-yarder that gave Brady number 600 with 6 seconds left in the first quarter. Evans also had scoring in receptions of 2 and 8 yards as the Bucs built the lead to 35-3 at halftime. Chris Godwin said 8 catches for 111 yards and a 5-yard reception set up by Delaney's interception. Rookie Jalen Darden's 43-yard punt return led to Leonard Fournette's early 2-yard touchdown run. And y'all, let's give a shout out to Leonard Fournette. He knew what was good for him. He knew Jacksonville wasn't going nowhere. And I still think that Jacksonville has a lot of front office problems. I don't think it's the coaches per se. I think it's a front office problem. And when you got a front office problem, 9 times out of 10, you lose a lot of players. So shout out to Leonard Fournette for joining the Tampa Bay and getting his just due of showing people how good he really is. Fields, meanwhile, fell to 2 out of 3 as the starter. The first round draft pick finished 22 of 32 for 184 yards and 3 interceptions. He also lost 2 fumbles and had been sacked a league-leading 22 times. Man, it's sad, man. This is sad. I don't even like reporting the rest of this story. But this is where we at now. The Bears didn't announce any during the game, but they played the fourth quarter without Bell Nichols ejected for throwing a punch late in the third quarter. The Buccaneers played without Antonio Brown ankle, Gronkowski with his ribs, and Levante David his ankle, and cornerback Richard Sherman with a hamstring. They'll be back soon, though. The Bears will go against San Francisco 49ers next Sunday. Hopefully they'll win. Buccaneers will visit New Orleans next Sunday, beginning a stretch of 4 or 5 games on the road. And we already know, I hate to say this for New Orleans, but you're not going to fare well. I mean, I understand y'all Saint fans, be prepared because Brady is on the tear. I'm not finished. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're going to visit another situation that got everybody scared, everybody talking. Hey, and it is the Chiefs. Listen, if my boy watching, Darnell, I'm sorry, Darnell. I'm so sorry I have to talk about your boys like this, but this is not good. So let me go share this story right here with y'all. Because, man, I never thought that I would come to a day.
Can I get my Xbox? It's locked.
That I would be talking about the Kansas City Chiefs are on the outs. But this ain't good, man. This is not good. Let's talk about Kansas City Chiefs.
Can I get my Xbox?
So why is it time to worry about the Kansas City Chiefs? Now, when the NFL season began, the question was whether anybody in the AFC could topple the Kansas City Chiefs. Y'all remember that now? This is what it was. Could anybody stop the Kansas City Chiefs? Now the question is very different. Are we entirely sure the Chiefs are even a good team? Mm-mm-mm. The Tennessee Titans humiliated the Chiefs 27-3 on Sunday in a loss that could propel Kansas City into an identity crisis. See, at the moment, they look nothing like the team that went to 2 straight Super Bowls, winning one of them. Their record this season stands at 3 out of 4, and they face the very real possibility of missing the playoffs. And it all starts with the defense, which has always been Chiefs' weak point, just not this week. What I try to tell y'all, I tell this every time on the show. If you want to win games and get into the postseason, you have to have defense. You cannot deny that. Defense is very important. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people think that defense ain't that important. Yes, it is. Defense win games. Defense ensure that you win the most important games. I'm just saying. On Sunday, Kansas City gave an astonishing 277 yards to the Titans in the first half alone. They let them ran through 277 yards, leading to the largest halftime deficit quarterback Patrick Mahomes has faced in his career, 24-0. That's not a great growing showing for apparently the second most expensive defense in the NFL. Now y'all gotta remember, all these guys got big contracts on the Chiefs. They was eating good. They paid Patrick Mahomes a crazy behind contract. That contract so big, it's woo. That contract sick. I think that's just like 550 million, something like that. It's a crazy contract. To their credit, the Chiefs were able to hold the Titans to a field goal in the second half. The trouble was that the only offense that they could manage during the span was a single field goal to their own. That brings us to the most disturbing part of the team's sudden unraveling. Kansas City were expected to take their lumps on defense because they can make up for it with their otherworldly offense. This hasn't been the case so far, and the main culprit is unexpected, Mahomes. Mahomes has now thrown 11 turnovers on the year, already more than he gave away in the entirety of the 2019 and 2020 seasons. Football is the ultimate team sport, so Mahomes' struggles are also partly the fault of a theoretically rebuilt offensive line that has failed to keep him upright, allowing 4 sacks on the day. Some of his interceptions has been down to his receivers too. Most troubling, Mahomes' game ended on a brutal hit that put him in a concussion protocol, which is subsequently cleared. We have to eliminate the turnovers and penalties. Head coach Andy Reid said after the game, there are things that haven't been common to us. I'm seeing things I haven't seen before. Yeah. And here's the thing about when you got a team like this. You spend all your money on these defense. You got all these offensive players. You got to have communication. You got to protect your quarterback. This is the star of the show. This is the brain of the operation is the quarterback, especially on offense. If you can't protect the quarterback, I don't give a damn how good the defense is. If you can't score, then you just a waste of time. You're going to tire out your defense because they're going to be like, all right, I'm doing all this, but when are you going to score so this will end? Now, when a coach as well traveled as Reid is worried, something is going terribly wrong. No play better summed up Kansas City's woeful outing than the one that found them on the opposite end of a touchdown thrown by Titans running back Derrick Henry. It was shocking, humiliating, and the product of a defense thoroughly unprepared for what his opponent was going to do. Assuming he is the fit after that late hit, Mahomes will be better than he was on Sunday. But if the rest of the team isn't on the same page, it may not matter. That's what I think is the problem. What I'm observing on that team lately is that they are relying on Mahomes to be this go all to all guy. You can't. The quarterback is only important and efficient if everybody on the same page. Everybody got to be on the same page, and everybody worry about the Chiefs because this is not what the Chiefs do. This is a team that has always been a top tier team. For years, the Chiefs have been a top tier team. And then when they got Patrick Mahomes, they even elevated even more. You know, they turn over the ball too often. That's a fact. And then everybody trying to say that now on ESPN, they don't think that it's the offense is the problem. Now, here's another fact that I can agree with them on is the teams are playing too high coverage against the Chiefs far more frequently. Like, they be playing by. Oh, hold on for a minute, guys. Playing in the background again. Let me get this out of here. All right. Getting back to what I'm saying. They playing cover 2, cover 4, or two-man coverage defenses have been able to protect them from vertical shots on what the Chiefs thrived in years past. So everybody is going on the cover. Cover 2, the cover 4, and the two-man coverage. They're making sure that there's no holes going to be no kind of access to be available to those receivers when Patrick Mahomes try to throw a vertical route. And let's talk about the Chiefs. They're not being explosive. They're struggling because they can't be explosive because of all the coverage downfield. That's another major thing. I mean, if you look at Yak, they used to be the king of Yak. You know what I'm saying? They used to be, but they haven't been in 2021. See, from 2008 to 2020, they averaged 6.2 yards after the catch, which was the second best mark in football. Now they're down to 5.3 yards a catch this season, which ranks 19th. So they went from 5 point. They went a whole yard down on average, which is unheard of. And no, they did not fix their offensive line over the offseason. They did not. So that was a lot too. Who is the problem? The defense. Think about it now. Back in 2018 and 2020, and I know my man Darnell can contest to this. They were first on defense. They were first on offense. And 23rd on defense. Now, this year, they're 14th on offense and 28th on defense. That's not good. You done dropped 5 points. What's going on? What has made you to where you cannot stay focused? And let's look at it this way. Another thing that has hurt them is years of questionable draft moves. They did everything they could to get Patrick Mahomes and put them in a tough spot. Now they don't have no type of depth, no type of young folks that's ready to step in. So yeah, man. I mean, Kansas City Chiefs they just gonna have to sit down and figure out what they need to do from here. Because to get beat like that by the Titans is unacceptable. Not by a team like Kansas City. That ain't supposed to happen. So yeah, Kansas City, y'all better figure something out. Better figure something out. All right, let's see here. So tonight we got the Saints going against the Seahawks. Seahawks got to win this, or yeah, there's gonna be a whole lot of people looking at them side eye. And the Bengals, they're kicking ass, man. And everybody trying to say that Joe Burrows is like a young Tom Brady. I'm not gonna say that just yet. I'm not gonna say. Listen, guys, I'm not gonna say that just yet. I've been hearing people talk about that. That's not the first time I heard they compare Joe Burrows to Tom Brady. No, there's only one GOAT. He, the young man, got a lot to do before we can have that discussion that Joe Burrows is the next Tom Brady. I'm sorry, but I just ain't gonna do it. I just can't. All right, let's see what other news. Deshaun Watson and the Miami Dolphins trade. People are still saying that they don't think that Miami should go for this trade and trade their quarterback for Deshaun Watson, thinking that it's risky. A lot of people are on board with it. My personal opinion with the Dolphins, what do you have to lose at this point? I mean, y'all ain't doing good anyway. Take a chance. This may be a good shot for uh, Watson to get himself together and use this as an opportunity to stay out of trouble. Because right now, he got a whole lot of baggage with him. And that's why a lot of NFL teams are not swooping in trying to be a part of that craziness that he's got going on. Now, let's go and move right along to let's see here. NCAA football, college football. So let's see what we got. Going to the rankings. See if they came out yet for week 9. And yes, they have. Are y'all ready? We're going to go to the AP top 5 and who made it and who didn't. Number 1 is still Georgia. Georgia is still ranked on all the polls as the top dog. That's right, on all the polls. Made me feel good to say that. Let me see here what else we got. Now, Cincinnati is second. Alabama is third. Oklahoma